folks. Ahoy it is. Watched a video that a friend of mine posted on a Facebook site I had devoted to politics, specifically conservative, pro-conservative stuff and stuff that shows the Democrat foolishness. Saw a video where San Francisco, people robbing cars while people are in them in traffic, busting out the window. THUGS. You're not allowed to say that word on Facebook or you get sent to Facebook jail. The hypocrisy of social media, they can say FUCK to Trump, FUCK to Christians, FUCK to anybody else. But you call criminals THUGS. If you call somebody STUPID, that gives you Facebook jail. If you say something on this forum right here or Facebook that goes against the so-called bullshit scientists that are so concerned about spherical heating, you can't say the other word. That'll get me a sticker at the bottom saying this is not right. You can't talk about COVID-19. You can't say it came from a LAB, even though that's been proven it has. Can't say it came from CHINA, even though it's been proven it has. And I'm going to tell you something. I believe that the Democrats and Fauci were all involved in this for one reason. Population control and to screw up the election that got you the shitty president you're now witnessing. San Francisco, Nancy Pelosi district. Nancy Pelosi is a foolish woman. And yet, if you talk to Democrats, they think she's a wonderful woman. They think she's intelligent, smart, beautiful, laughable, all the way through. What is she doing to stop the crime in her city? Take a look at 2020. Take a look at every Democrat-run major city and look at the crime. Since the Democrats and Biden have taken office, look at what is going on. I want to ask a question to Governor Newsom, to Schittmer in Michigan, to Hawked Up Loogie in New York, to Nancy Pelosi, to the Obamas, to the Bidens, to AOC and Ilhan Omar. And all of these people are mentally ill. I don't care if they have their fan club. I don't care if the entire African-American community embraces the Obamas. And that just proves exactly what I've been saying all along. Not the brightest ducks in the pond. They didn't listen to Dr. King when he said a man would be judged by the content of his character, not by the color of his skin. The blacks to this day, the dyed-in-the-wool Democrat blacks, believe that he should have been forever the president. They can't tell me what he did. He screwed up healthcare. And this is a man whose wife freely said that whites are privileged, whites are racist. She talks about how she was so oppressed. Lives in a mansion, 40-bedroom mansion on Martha's Vineyard. I don't understand why black people that vote for this trash to come in and say the kind of things about my race, and I'm going to call them trash. Maxine Waters, trash. Encouraging people to come up to conservatives, Trump supporters, and get into it and start stuff with them in the public arenas. And guess what? They did. Black people marching into restaurants, disturbing people sitting and eating dinner, shooting and killing people at gas stations. Why wasn't Maxine Waters charged with an insurrection of hatred? San Francisco has gone down the hellhole. If I was homeless, I could pull my pants down, squat down, and take a shit on the sidewalk. Nothing will be done about it. Denver, Colorado, same thing. Los Angeles, same thing. Seattle, same thing. City councils voted not to punish people defecating, peeing on the sidewalk. However, if you come out of Lodo at 2 o'clock in the morning as a bar patron, the bar closes, you go out in the alley and you piss on the wall, the police will arrest you, be a registered sex offender, and you got court dates. If you think I'm kidding, look it up. Only liberalism comes up with this crazy shit. Watch the newscasts all the way from the 70s, the 80s, with announcers talking about an ice age coming. The seas would rise, all the different things that would happen. Guess what? None of it happened. Now they're trying to convince you that we have to go electric. Laughable. I have yet to see a fire truck or an ambulance or police car with an extension cord. Is that what's coming? How about military trucks? They're going to be running on rechargeable batteries, deuce and halves, and things like that. You see how silly this gets? What about our battleships and all that? They're going to have an extension cord attached to them? Bill Gates is all about population control. That's not something I made up. Why is he so worried about it? The guy's got a foot in the grave. You think about it. He's got a foot in the grave. Tell me why he's so concerned about overpopulation. He's got his billions of dollars. How come all these Democrats who believe in population control don't start with themselves? Michelle and Barack Obama buying high-dollar real estate in an elitist neighborhood. Nancy Pelosi, high-dollar real estate in an elitist neighborhood. She doesn't care that they're tearing up her city. Let these criminals come to the houses of these rich Democrats and watch them do an about face. Do you notice a crime doesn't hit them? Do you notice that? It's fun, isn't it? Barack Obama. I thought he believed in spherical heating. Yet he bought his house at sea level. A mansion at sea level. Does anybody get what I'm saying? You got to hear what the kids are saying these days. The meteorite wiped out the dinosaurs. There's not one shred of proof about that. How come dinosaurs are fossilized? How come public education doesn't teach how dinosaurs became fossilized? Listen to what they say, read their stupid textbooks. Apparently they laid on the ground for millions of years and turned to stone. Funny, a global flood in Genesis explains everything. Animals, billions of dead things buried down in rock and dirt layers, compressed with the hydraulic pressure of water. Nothing could get in and decompose it. How does petrified wood form? The evolutionists didn't like that one, did they? Petrified wood took millions and millions and millions of years. St. Helens went off, and guess what? They found petrified wood there right after the eruption. Interesting, isn't it? Truth is out there if you really want to find it. But most Americans would rather tune into CNN, the Oscars, March Madness, football. They don't want to be bothered with this other stuff. I believe our culture's on the way out, rapidly accelerating into decay. They're talking about arresting Trump. Democrats are really hell-bent on that. Now, Hunter Biden wants to sue. That his computer was taken away. We live in a funny world, don't we? Remember Bill Clinton got his dick sucked by Monica Lewinsky? Not in the back alley motel, but in the Oval Office. They had DNA. Did they get that scumbag out of office? Let's fast forward to his battle axe, unattractive wife, who he obviously couldn't get an erection for. And listen to what she said about Trump regarding his inappropriate conversation about groping and grabbing women in a coach bus 2 years before he ran for president. And it's interesting that somebody taped that and then decided to bring it out at just the right time. Be careful who your friends are, people. You got snakes in the grass all around you. Those that are laughing with you 1 minute are plotting your death the next. Maharani said to me years ago, be careful who you allow on your ship. They could be the very one poking holes in it. She spoke of herself. Said Hillary Clinton about Trump. You want this man as your president? No, Hillary, we won't want your man as the president. While he was married to, while he was in a public office, you have no shame and no conscience to have an intern giving him a blowjob. Hillary, you might want to just shut up and go away. There's something wrong with you. You lost the last election to Trump, or the one election to Trump. You talk about a sore loser. The Democrats all. Those Democrats spent 4 years claiming that Trump stole the election through Russia. Laughable. I voted for Trump on the issues of illegals, on the issues of China and unfair trade. Do I think Trump cares about people? I don't know. I don't think most politicians give a shit about people. But it appeared to me that Trump was for America. The Democrats, I don't care what shit comes out of their mouth, they're not for the Constitution. They're not for the Holy Bible. They're not for the true definition of free enterprise. They're into corporate oligarchies aligned with them to help them, to censor us, to steal our bank accounts, to make it harder and harder for you and me, the small guys and girls, to make a living. The Democratic Party doesn't give a shit about anybody but themselves. Hello, sir. The Democratic Party is not the party of compassion. They've had 61 million people killed in the name of abortion, and they use the nice word called choice. There's not one difference between that and Nazi Germany. Not one. Oh, wait. There is a difference. The Democrats killed 61 million. 61 million people were killed against their individual will and right. 6 million Jews were killed by Hitler. The Democratic Party called Trump Hitler. Trump hadn't had one person killed. The Democrats have had 61 million children killed against their consent and their will. I'm not going to listen to complaining, spoiled brat, entitled, rude, narcissistic, grossly immature, disgusting American females saying this is their right. No, it is not. Not by God. Where's my right? Where's the child in their womb's right? The Democrats are so pro-abortion, so pro-population control. For the love of God, euthanize yourselves. Do us a favor. Save the planet. Bill Gates, Obama's, Pelosi's, Ilhan Omar, AOC, euthanize yourself. And all your voters too. That'll get rid of what, 100 million people that are taking up space, spending gobs of money on themselves in their mansions? Shit, that'd help. Take all the money that the social oligarchs of this right here, Google, YouTube, and Facebook, these people are sitting on empires. Share the wealth, Barack Obama. You son of a bitch. Why didn't you use your house, 40 bedrooms for at least 40 of the illegals that came in on the DeSantis Airlines and Martha's Vineyard? Shut your fucking mouth, Obama. Fuck you. You Democrats don't model a fucking thing. You censor the shit out of anybody who gets close to telling any truth. You've been on a witch hunt against Donald Trump. This is no different than Salem, Massachusetts. Not at all. You're all worried about him with a porn star. Democrats cheat financially, sexually, ethically, constitutionally, judicially. Democrats brag that they're more educated than us. Bullshit. The Democratic Party today is the mafia of the United States. They're acting like the SS, Gestapo, brown shirts of Hitler's day. Bailing out entitled, privileged, white, liberal, rich soy boys, social media oligarchs that can't run a fucking bank. My bank and others gave them money to bail them out. Why? What did Pelosi do? And nuisance in California to all the restaurants and hair salons that were shut down and lost lots of money, and those people lost their homes. Nothing. And the stupid little YouTube ads. Just stay at home. And Zuckerberg was suddenly a star. Fauci was suddenly a star. And Gates. They're sitting on piles of money. Of course we can stay home. We can have Amazon ship everything to our door. James says, woe to you, rich men, weep and howl for the miseries that shall come upon you. You've heaped up wealth in the last days. You rich, fat cat Democrats are heaping wealth in the last days. You don't believe we're in the last days? Look what you're doing to our country. Look at the world global instability you have created. Russia and China aligning with Turkey. North Korea firing missiles. They weren't doing that when Trump was in office. You can talk. Well, want all day long. You're liars and you're sons of bitches all. You're hell-bent on the destruction of this country while lining your wallets, your 401ks, your retirement accounts. What are you going to do when you fuck up this country? You think anybody else in the world is going to take you? You think you're going to stay in your mansions and nobody's going to touch you? You better watch what you're doing, Democrats. They'll storm the gates of your neighborhood soon enough. You force everybody off of gas-powered vehicles. You force everybody out of their bank accounts and force them out of food. They're going to come for you. Hope you got an island to escape to. They're stupid people. Self-serving, stupid people. And that goes for Mitch McConnell. Candy-ass Republicans. No balls. And why are we defending Ukraine? Stupid. This country is crumbling. We cannot afford billions of dollars to some bullshit that involves two countries that we should not be involved in. Look at what Biden did to Cuba. The people stood up and Biden turned a deaf ear on them. Would not let them come and listen to the INS. We will not tolerate Cubans coming here. Oh, but you let the Mexicans come. Why was that? The Cubans could tell every American, don't vote for socialism. Look at Fidel Castro. Biden is a corrupt ass crook, and so are the Democrats. They only want people that'll scratch their ass and lick their balls. And I'm saying harsh things because until Americans wake the fuck up and do something about these pieces of shit on Capitol Hill, you're going to get what you deserve. They're fucking with your everything. Your everything. The workplace I work now, people are calling in. It's getting worse. The people who come in, they're asking them to double up and saying, you can't say yes or no. And I said, want to bet? I can say I quit. Then what are you going to do? The workplace has become a horrible place in America. Jeff Bezos and Amazon, great job, right? You don't have to give 2 weeks notice. You step over where the lines where the robots are, instant termination. He doesn't care about longevity. Bezos is a Democrat supporter. His company shreds employees. And who does Google and Facebook hire? Conservatives? Christians? No, liberals. They're not equal opportunity employer, are they? The Democrats screamed and yelled about equal opportunity, but they don't provide it. Go to ABC, NBC, PBS, CNN, MSNBC, and NPR and see if they'll hire a conservative journalist. No, not at all. They're not the party of tolerance. They're not the party of open-mindedness. They're not the party of compassion. I've proved it in one fell swoop. Obama, Oprah, all these mouthy complaining about white Democrats, where the fuck do they move? To white areas. They don't move to Compton. They don't move to black-dominated areas. They move as far away from them as possible. Michelle Obama is a hypocrite. I wonder why whites don't move to black neighborhoods. I wonder why you moved into a white neighborhood. Shut up. Why didn't you move into a black neighborhood? Because you're scared? Because blacks will see the dichotomy of filthy rich you? And you don't want to yeah, please. And guess what? If Pacific was rich, fuck Martha's Vineyard, fuck the Hamptons, fuck the coastal Democrats. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Costa Rica, Thailand, the Philippines. I don't want to be around these clowns. I don't want to be in Laguna and Malibu. I don't want to pay over ridiculous price for some stupid mansion. Oh, let's talk about saving the planet. Let's talk about utility bills of these mansions that the Democrats own. Solar power, go green, right? Gas stoves, massive AC units. Okay. When are the dumb fucks in America going to wake up that vote this trash in that's living in excess, telling you that you need to tighten up, you need to get rid of your car, you need to globalize, you need to go green, you need to do all this stuff, wear a mask? They don't have to do any of the above, and they don't. There was a general or a whatever you call him in the German thing of things running one of the death camps, and his wife asked him and said, honey, I want a lampshade made of human skin. That's today's Democrat Party, feasting and dining and killing everybody that they don't agree with. 61 million children doesn't even touch their fucking sheared off conscience. Yeah, I got a problem. I've got some anger. Am I going to go and do anything to them? No. But I'm praying God's judgment and sulfur, hellfire, and brimstone will rain like crazy on them. I'd like to see all these Democrats lose all their fortunes, all their mansions, and end up in the gutter to the very cities that they created to be shitholes. That would be a wonderful fucking day in America. That's not very Christ-like coming from the left. Don't judge my Christianity based on your gross, disgusting patheticness. My Bible tells me you don't have the right. Jesus had some words for some religious leaders, and he said, you strain at gnats but swallow camels. I can't think of a more fitting verse for the Democrat left. Got to ban gas engines and lawnmowers and leaf blowers and the sale of automobiles. And they all take first-class flights in jets. Limousine liberals. I don't see a plug-in on those. Governor Newsom spent $300 on a truffle dinner at a French restaurant and didn't wear masks with his wife and medical entourage that should know better. And when he got caught, he just snickered it off. But he got a kayak arrested in the Pacific Ocean. The reason the liberals want to shut down talk radio and conservative us and ban our videos is because we're pointing out their bullshit and they hate it. We live in a generation where SpongeBob has been running 25 years, a produced show by a gay person. Please tell me, what intellectual prowess came out of SpongeBob? Shibading, nothing. Adults watch it. Children watch it. Shakespeare is out. Shit is in. Teen Titans, a cartoon where the kids are in the house, put some of the mic way too long, it blows up, sets the house on fire. They put their backpacks on, walk past their burning home to go to school. And when I was driving a bus and you say hi to these teenagers, they ignore you. Say, have a good day, they ignore you. Then when you got to stand up and address the bus and you have black kids say, just fucking sit down and drive the fucking bus. They said that to me and I said, excuse me? You don't talk to me that way. Oh, I'll talk to you any old fucking way I want. I said, no, you won't. My job is to drive this bus. My job is to enforce the rules. And if you don't like it, I can open the door and I can let you out right here. I'm not kicking you off, but you have a choice to get off. You're high schoolers. I'll let you do it. The Democrats created all of this shit. You're correct. Putin is more intelligent than all the Democrat left combined. And the ICC is saying they have a warrant for his arrest. That is laughable. As if they're going to get that done. But meanwhile, the Democrats are still obsessed with arresting Donald Trump. They ignore Biden, they ignored Epstein, they ignored Maswell. It makes Ghislaine slapped on the wrist, didn't expect or do anything to get her to pony up. We know there were Democrats involved in that, and possibly Republicans, and possibly Bill Gates. Fucking teens. But let any guy down the street in America who a teen girl's coming on to, and they get intimate, and then she turns on him and tells on him, his life is fucked. Democrats can do anything they want and not get in trouble for it. They've been doing it for decades. They strain it now, swallow camels. The black people in the Democrat left don't live in the black neighborhood. They don't stay by the black folks. They talk shit about whites, but they move to the whites. I don't know why the criminals out there don't take their crime predisposition and go to these mansions and go to these Democrat places and show them what it's like. They supported all the riots. They supported tearing everything up. What if all those protesters went to Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Bezos and all these people out there on the left with their money? Zuckerberg stormed and burned his house, threw shit in the pool, shot at them. Do you think they'd change their fucking tune? I think so. They sit in their ivory towers and laugh at the destruction that's done until it hits them. All of these people that I just mentioned are headed for hell. I don't have any reason to believe that they know God or care to know God. Not Oprah, not Maxine, not the Obamas. Hell, Barack was playing footsie with Islam. Never once closed with any speech to say, God bless America. He doesn't want God to bless America. He was a megalomaniac, and I've noticed something as I've gotten older. I don't care where you walk in the streets of America, arrogant people. People who are blind to their shit overcompensate by ego. Humility is not a hallmark of the left, ever. Humility doesn't exist in the halls of liberalism. It is haughty. It is arrogant. It is looked down thy nose. It is unchristian. It is unbiblical. As I watch myself age and life get harder and expenses go up, I question every day, where are we headed? I'm writing a story on Facebook where myself is the main character, and I'm sailing around Southeast Asia and currently in Japan. I've gotten so into the story that I started to get tearful the other day and said, how I wish I could live this. To be free to sail, to experience what I've put into the story, and get away from the toxicity and the fences that are erected all around us by the left, trying to hem us in, fence us in, corral us, marginalize us. They've created an American culture that's addicted to drugs and alcohol and everything. They don't want us to be disciplined. They don't want us to question them. They want us to be drugged, doped, dependent on them so that we can be putty in their hands. The Democrats bring depression and crime. They don't bring a vision. They're married to corporate Nazis in this country. And for you to believe they actually care about the planet is a lie. These Democrats on Capitol Hill are all about their mansions and shopping and spending. Don't kid yourself. Elizabeth Warren, I've yet to see her move into a teepee on the Great Plains. She claimed to be native. She has a mansion too and a big fat investment portfolio. These fuckers in Washington want to talk about preserving the planet, then walk away from the grid and show us how it's done, scholars, because you're not doing it. You are living in excess, gorging yourself on free enterprise, capitalism, and creature comforts, and the grid, while telling the rest of us we have to be on it. Do you not know where this is headed? You're the fucking pigs in the farmhouse telling the animals to work their asses off for nothing, while you sit in the farmhouse and drink red wine and eat caviar. Animal Farm, anybody? That's all I need to say. You who vote Democrat are as dumb as a fucking stump. You men who claim to be men, you're pussies and you're wussies. Only a wussy would get behind the Democratic Party, which is dominated by feminism and a killing machine. Worse than Hitler, Stalin, Lenin, and Mussolini combined. Don't give me that crap about a woman's reproductive rights. She doesn't have any in the sight of God. God said, be fruitful and multiply, not kill your child. And American women are the most rebellious women on the planet. Out of all the cultures in the world, America leads the pack, within your face and a middle finger at that. Desecrating their bodies, dyeing and chopping off their hair, tattoos and piercings and freak shows, and then getting angry if we don't accept them. And now we've got blimpies calling themselves fluffy, BBW, extra thick, and on and on and on and on. women defending their excessive abuse of overeating and drinking and junk food addiction. But then wait, America's just a pendulum that swings from one extreme to the other. We got the gym Nazis, got their pulse meter on their arm. Sport bra, sweat like a man, can punch their fist through a wall. They're not interested in the men either. Men are going to Asia. Men are going overseas to find a wife. And guess what? They drag them into America. And soon many of those women suddenly see, oh, I want to be just like them. And the wives leave them high and dry and become Americanized, and down the shitter they go. This video will probably get banned, but I needed to say it. This country is not good anymore. We allowed these clowns to take over. Nancy Pelosi is a disgusting human being. Her ice cream addiction during a pandemic, a soy boy even doing a program on that when people lost their jobs and had everything shut down, and she's my ice cream, selfish, just like most American women. You hold the door open for them, they don't say thank you. You let them in the traffic, they don't say thank you. You talk to American women, they don't have to answer you. Man, I see it all day long, every day. Women in this country have become creatures, beasts. I'm so sick of listening to feminists saying that they don't make enough. No, you make too damn much, and you're wrecking things. Feminism has brought no good to women. It's turned them into angry, childish narcissists. Not good for marriage, not good for raising children. They're not even good homemakers anymore. They can't even cook anymore. They can't even massage a man's back. They might massage another woman's clitoris and suck her tits now, but they're not doing anything for men anymore. Not unless you got big money to pay them. America's going down the potty. So keep voting Democrat and speed the destruction of this country along as fast as you can. Keep doing it. Keep voting for these old turtle Republicans and keep voting for the destruction of this country as fast as you can. Keep allowing politicians to have no term limits and allow the banks and the IRS to just overpower everybody. Keep doing it. Keep letting woke politics and penises or vaginas dictate the way the military is going to operate. Do I have a pee-pee or do I have a vagina? Russia and China aren't thinking about those things. They're waiting to sink their fangs in our soft underbelly and destroy us. Keep it up, America. You'll bring it soon enough. Keep it up. Keep listening to CNN and garbage. Keep voting in Cardi B for great singing. All she can sing about is her wet, disgusting pussy. I wouldn't want to put my thing in there. I wouldn't want to put my lips on it. She's a whore. And I had a black woman get up in my face and tell me, how can you say this? She came out of the ghetto. No, she didn't. She brought the ghetto into the music and made millions of dollars. There's something wrong in this country when a woman can make millions of dollars off toilet. And I don't care if the masses in Hollywood and liberalism are not agreeing with me. I don't care. Jesus Christ went to a cross. Hello? And he was and is and still is the living God. Cardi B is no Messiah. Jesus talked about these Democrats. Broad is the road that leads to destruction. Many there be that travel on it. Going right over the cliff. Cardi B, Madonna, all of them. The education system doesn't start within the beginning. God created the heavens and the earth. Bible says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Is that what Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Zuckerberg are teaching us? Fauci? Pelosi? Barack arrogant Obama? They were right. We had BO in the White House. And I'm not talking this stuff here, but it might as well be the same. Barack Obama. Yep, Martin Luther King's message was lost on the black people. They voted for color, not the content of character, of which Mr. Oh, well, he never cheated on his wife. Oh, well, he. Oh, he looked good in front of the camera. That's what it is. You ever notice that? America's really caught up in tinfoil and cellophane and packaging. Go look at our landfills. They're full of it. It doesn't rot. Go out in the middle of the ocean and you see something the size of the state of Texas, all that plastic shit floating around. Yeah, Democrats are all about the planet, aren't they? Recycle. Nobody's recycling this shit. The trash trucks pick it up. They take it somewhere and it sits. Watch your YouTube. You know, this Democrat-controlled YouTube. Watch it. It's all out there. We don't need no education. We don't need no thoughts-controlled Democrats. Pink Floyd had it right. Might want to listen to him. And we need to listen to Don Henley. People make their living from the evening news. Give me something that I can use. The bubble-headed bleach blonde comes on at 5. She can tell you about the plane crash and the bleed in her eye. Yeah, that's right, Marty. It's very sad. Oh, I see you're all troubled from it. Get that pleat out of your dress. Get in your car. Oh, no, I scuffed my shoe. Get these fuckers out of here. The media is a joke. If you ever watch, I don't care where you go in this country, ugly people at the news desk, ugly women, ugly men, covered with pancake makeup, all fake, all contrived, all scripted. There's no passion. There's no nothing. And they got everybody stupefied. Dun, 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 dun. They don't even play that anymore. The media is a joke. Hollywood's a joke. The education system is a joke. The Democrats are a joke. I was going to vote for the truth until I got high. I was going to read up, check the facts instead of got high. All these states are legalizing marijuana. I don't care what these fucking pot smokers say. They're stupid. You know who's a danger to me? All these people hear what I'm saying. Oh, then they want to be a man. I'd punch him out or shoot him out. Fuck him. Yeah, pot culture's real good. It stinks. You're lazy. I see it all around where I live. That's just right where the Democrats want you dumb. Secured. You know, give baby a binky. Baby shuts up. Give them their dope. Give them their alcohol. Give them their EBT cards. Ooh, they're happy. Black people aren't shining under the Democrat left. Black people aren't rising and soaring with wings of eagles under the Democratic Party. Black people, African Americans, are not soaring under the Democrat leadership. There's a few that make it like the Obamas, sitting on piles of wealth, moving away from the black community, living in white neighborhoods, elitist at that, and then telling us that we're privileged. No, folks, you're privileged. You're not sharing the wealth with all those blacks. And then they're telling us we owe them reparations. Has the African-American community pulled their head out of their ass and listened about the Irish? There were possibly more Irish slaves than there ever were blacks in this country. And guess what? It cost more to buy a black slave than it did Irish. I wish CNN and the networks would get to that stuff. Because I'll tell you what, if they got to it, we Irish ought to have an uprising and tell the blacks, shut the fuck up. They paid you more than they did us. Shut up. We don't owe you a damn thing. African Americans under Democrat leadership lead the country percentile-wise in the highest crime stats, percentile-wise based on ethnicity. And that is not my fault because I'm white. 75% of the women are raising their children. You know, those stud muffin Pharaoh complex black men that drive around in their Crown Vic. Motherfucking NIGG. Wow. Am I getting on a roll? Am I yelling? Am I screaming? Am I looking irrational? I'm just talking about the shit, the debris, the flotsam, jetsam, you know, when the Titanic broke in half, all the shit that came out of the entire. That's what the Democrats leave, debris fields, killed souls, tortured lives, drug-addicted fools. Get out there, vote, black people, vote for color, vote for color, vote for color. Whee! Crime goes up. And you move to a shithole like Denver, and you can pay $500,000 for Crackerback's townhome where you can figure your neighbor flush the toilet, somebody drop an ash, the whole place goes, and it looks like a skeleton when it's done. What kind of crap generates these economies in these shitty places? Denver is nothing to write home about. If you don't believe me, that is asshole culture. They'll cut you off in the streets. They'll cut you off on the roads. They won't let you into traffic. Coloradans are rude as hell. I can't stand Colorado. It should be a nuclear test site. Kansas too. And you know why I say that? Because I grew up in these places. Liberalism, when it takes over, it's not friendly. It's not nice. It's not polite. Manners and liberals? Oxymorons. Pelosi and all these people are not living environmentally conscious at all. They took advantage of capitalism. They took advantage of comfort amenities, and they have garnered for themselves big pots of wealth. Until the Democrats that vote for these pieces of shit wake up and see that they're living in complete hypocrisy and in denial of the very thing they're preaching for their constituents to buy into, this country will continue to get on the stupid go-round. Stupid is as stupid does. The Democrats are killing this country. They're killing souls. They don't like people like me. They don't like spontaneity. They don't like passion. I had a woman tell me at work the other day, you're a passionate guy, and when you live in a society that's not passionate, they try to destroy you. America is no longer about uniqueness. What the Democrats define as diversity is laughable. Everybody thinking Democrat, that's diversity. No, that's syncretism, like the Chinese army. Women in their sports bras. Everybody go to Starbucks. Everybody worship your dog. Everybody support abortion. Everybody agree with Zuckerberg and social media and woke culture. That's it. No individuality. No think for yourself. That's it. The left is a killing machine. The left is dangerous. And they're worried about the sun warming things up. Please, smoke and mirrors. Dog and pony shows by idiots. Rush Limbaugh was accurate when he said Democrats are mentally ill. Absolutely. And black people calling themselves Christians and voting Democrats. You obviously haven't read the Bible. Because if the Holy Spirit is really inside of you, the Holy Spirit is not going to be comfortable voting in a party that allows gay marriage, abortions, stealing everybody's money, and giving it to bullshit stuff around the globe. Gender studies in Pakistan. The Democrats pulled that crap not too many years ago, and they got it through. It's easy for politicians to waste Democrat or taxpayer money because they don't have to care. Politics is evil. It's corrupt. People pay them. People give them kickbacks. Let the politicians go back to making $30,000 a year and watch what happens. It will be a self-cleansing system. The original House and Senate was voluntary back in George Washington's time. You might want to look it up. They didn't make hardly anything. These people aren't serving you. They're serving themselves. And they stay in office and they get more kickbacks and more kickbacks. What is wrong with Pelosi? She's sitting on what, $140 million? I wish one of these Democrats give me $1 million, free and clear after taxes. You think I'd be in politics? I'd leave the country and I'd go somewhere and I'd live a life where I don't have to deal with this crap in this country. I'd go live in a province on an island. I'd find me a beautiful woman and I'd just fall off the radar. These people are filthy rich. Why are they not enjoying a Mai Tai or a pina colada under a palm tree and saying, because they're hell-bent. They got bloodthirst. When a dog sinks its teeth into human flesh, it has to be killed because it's got a taste for blood. The Democrats are the same. When they get a taste for blood and all this power, they just can't get away from it. If I had a company and I made $1 million or $2 million, I'd out. I'd out. I thank those for listening, but look, my numbers are so tiny. We know our time is winding near. People laugh, oh, Pacific will never be viral. That's okay. That's okay. The Bible says something interesting. It says that every knee shall bow and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Picture Pelosi, picture Ilhan Omar and Barack Obama and all these loudmouth liberals, Pelosi, Maxine Waters, and Oprah, big mouth know-it-all guru. Imagine them having to bow. But the sad thing is when they do it, they will be doing it on the other side of things. I do it willingly. They will be doing it because they'll be forced to see that you're not God. And after they do that, God's going to say, depart from me, I never knew you. What we have is a bunch of Democrats with an ego that think they're little gods. And that's why everything's a mess. I despise today's Democrat Party. They're evil, they're wicked, they're self-serving. It doesn't matter what they say. They're liars about science, liars about COVID-19, liars about electric vehicles, liars about everything that they do, liars about conservatives, liars about God, liars in education, liars in Hollywood. They all act like their father, the devil, the father of lies, seeking whom he may devour. The Democrats are not about bringing people together. They're about divide and conquer and stirring the racial pot and killing babies. Wake up. These people and that last little, whatever that Oscars or Emmys or whatever the heck and all the Satan dances. That's your party, folks. That's your party.